Today we're going to talk about external dopamine, and this video is going to be life changing for you. And I mean that when I say it's going to be life changing, it is going to be, because understanding external dopamine has changed my entire life. It has changed how I view things, it has changed my behavior, it has changed my output in my life, the way I'm experiencing things, the way I'm doing various things in my life. Now, what is external dopamine? External dopamine is a dopamine that you get externally from external environment. For all of those who don't know dopamine, dopamine is a type of hormone inside our body. So whenever we do something that is pleasurable to us, like we get a reward, we feel dopamine. We feel a high amount of dopamine by doing something that gives us pleasure. For example, playing video games, watching reels, or getting out in the nature. All these things produce dopamine. But reels and social media, all these things produce way more dopamine levels. So when your dopamine levels rise from the normal levels, you start to feel like some kind of depression, you start to feel like anxiety. Understanding dopamine is a different topic in itself, it's a very complicated thing, but for you to simplify it, I would say that dopamine is like a hormone. The more you take it without putting in the actual work, the more you go for instant gratification, the more bad your life will become. You need to get dopamine from good things, by working out, by doing some work, and having fun with your family. Average attention span is 8.25 seconds. The attention span of a goldfish is 9 seconds. Does that sound so detrimental to you? Because to me it sounds. The average attention span of a person is 8.25 seconds, which is lower than that of a goldfish. For all of you who don't know about attention span is the number of seconds, the number of time you can focus on a task. Suppose you are reading a book and you can only focus on the page for just 8.25 seconds. That is a very big deal for today's society. So today I was talking to a girl and I realized that most of the people have like ADHD in their mind. They can't even focus on the one thing. So I was talking to this girl and she was constantly trying to change topics, constantly. She can't even talk to me for 30 seconds on one topic. I said something, she said something, and she changed topic. She changed topic. Every person is like this nowadays. They have like constant ADHD. They can't even focus on a thing because of the attention span, because of the external dopamine you're getting from the external sources. Kids have very low attention span. Nowadays, when I'm talking to a kid, he can't even listen to me. He's always distracted in his mind, thinking about something. Why? Because of cocoa melon. Kids nowadays have little phones in their hands and they watch Coco Melon, which is a YouTube channel for kids. And those videos produce too much dopamine for a kid to handle. A kid's brain is not that much developed to handle that dopamine spikes. And Coco Melon is the worst thing your kids can watch. Don't let your kids hold your phone without your permission. Don't let them watch YouTube or any of this stuff. No. With my kids, I'm not giving them phone until they are 10. I'm not giving them access to social media. I'm not giving them access to YouTube. No, nothing. Just spend time out in the nature and do something with your life. You're not watching Coco Melon and eating your meals. This is you. You come from your work by working so hard, and then you come home, so you open Instagram and then you start to watch reels. I think this is the life of most of the people. They come from their work and they feel like I need to get some rest, I need to relax. So they open Instagram, they watch everybody's stories and they start watching reels. So how do Instagram make money? I'm gonna tell you this thing. So when you watch reels, you give your attention away. Attention is the currency now. The currency is not money, because everyone has money nowadays. No one is really that much poor nowadays. Every home has a smartphone, every home has a bike, and attention is the currency nowadays. You need to think where you're gonna spend your attention, because where attention flows, that's where is money. So you give your attention by watching reels. Your attention is extremely important for these social media platforms, because with your attention they get your data. With data they can show you ads. The more the data can they gather, the more personalized ads they can show you. The data is collected from you by which kind of things do you watch the most, what kind of searches do you search, what kind of people do you follow, and from showing ads these companies make profit. I'm going to ask you a question. Where is your margin of the profit? What are you getting in your life? You're spending your attention, which is the most important currency nowadays. You're spending your attention on something and you're getting nothing in the profit. You're getting nothing. Instead, you can spend this attention on YouTube watching these educational videos like mine. So you get something, you get a knowledge. You get to know something about life. You get to know something, some lessons that other person have learned. But when you scroll reels, you're getting nothing. You're just watching other people's lifestyle. You're watching other people's live their life. And here's where every mental disease starts to come. You feel like a little bit of anxious, you feel a little bit of depressed, you feel like you're constantly comparing yourself with others. Because people are showing their best life in the reels. Not everyone is showing their bad sides on the reels, because the best side is what people watch. So reels is fake. It's extremely fake thing. People are just showing the good highlights of their life. And when you see that highlights, you think that their life is better than you. No. Everybody's life is the same. We have the ups of our life, we have the downs of our lives. But when you start posting your highs on the reels, other people start to think that my life is bad. I need to do something. That's where anxiety comes into place. There's a very there's a very good quote that says, if you are not paying for the product, then you are the product. If you're not paying for the Instagram, if you're not paying for the social media apps, then you are the product. You are the product of these companies. Your attention is the product here. The more attention you give them, the more profit they have. Your attention is the currency. Spend it wisely. Now let's think about how much time an average person wastes on social media every single day. Suppose you spend 2 hours a day on social media, scrolling reels, watching someone else's content. And I think not many people have a 2 hours of screen time on social media. They might watch for 3 hours, for 4 hours, for 6 hours. But let's say 2 hours is the minimum of every person, it's the average. But the average is way higher than this. So when it adds up, you spend 730 hours per year on just social media, on just scrolling reels. 730 hours per year. That's a lot. Now, when we further go down, you spend 30 days per year. You spend the whole month per year scrolling on Instagram without sleeping. You spend 30 days of your life per year on social media every year. 30 days is a lot. It's a lot. Now we go further down, then you spend 6 years of your life on social media. 6 years of your life is spent on consuming things that's never going to help you, that are just going to bring you mental illnesses. 6 years. When this thing compounds, it's a lot. 6 years is a lot. Your life is very precious. You're not going to get this life again. Everyone has just one life. and you need to do something in just one life, and you are wasting your 6 years. That's extremely great number. 6 years. I'm shocked when I researched on these things. I'm shocked when I thought people are wasting this much time on their smartphones, on looking on the screens. Now, here I'm going to tell you a framework that I use to stay satisfied in our life. Now, here I'm going to tell you a little framework that I use in my life to stay satisfied. So, when you use social media, you watch lots of reels, the satisfaction of your life goes away because you're doing nothing with your life. You're just sitting there and looking at every other person's life. If you want to stay satisfied in your life, then create more than you consume. This is the rule of my life. I create more than I consume. I create videos more than I consume. When you do this, you're gonna always be satisfied. When you only do consume the whole day, you will never gonna feel satisfied. Because God has made you to do something on this planet. God hasn't made you to sit there the whole day and look at someone else's life. When you spend a lot of time on social media, you waste your time, you waste your energy, you waste your attention, and you waste your life, which is just one shot. The time which has gone is never going to come back. The energy you have wasted is never going to get. The attention you have wasted, your life. The most important thing on this planet is your life. God has given you this just one shot, and you have to prove Him that you are the person worth giving the shot. You can spend your time, you can spend your energy, you can spend your attention to help the world, to bring a better thing in the world, to help people around you. You can spend it on your purpose, whatever you want to do in your life. You can spend your time, energy, and attention on that things. You can spend that on family. Spend your time with family. Give your family some attention. Your dopamine receptors are fried. Think about it for a second. Can you even sit without your smartphone, without any distraction for just 10 minutes? Can you sit there on a chair in the sunlight and think about nothing? You need constant stimulation of your phone. You need constant dopamine from external sources to fill the gap. You don't need these things. If you can't sit for 10 minutes or longer alone without anything, your mind has been fried. It has been fried from dopamine. It has been fried from shorts, reels, sugar, and games. When you consume all these things, your mind overloads. Your mind overloads with dopamine. You're giving it hits after hits after hits in a very low amount of time. Your mind overloads and it thinks that it is getting large amount of dopamine, large amount of external dopamine. So when you get a dopamine, you want that more. You want that more. So when your mind gets dopamine, it feels so good for that time only, not after that time. It feels good for just that time when you are consuming these things. So your mind needs constant stimulation after that. After that, you think like that was a good experience. Playing games was a good experience. So I will do it again. I will do this again. I'll play shots again. So your mind is constantly stimulated. It needs constant stimulation. When you need constant stimulation, you go again to those things. So you do that again. Your mind overloads with dopamine. You can't sit there, so you need more stimulation. You go there again. This is how an addiction is formed. This is how people get addicted to things. It's they're getting huge amount of dopamines from the thing and they need constant stimulation of these things. Now I'm going to give you the solution. Listen to it very carefully. Consume less in journal. Consume less. Start to spend your time with yourself, with alone. No others' perspective. If you want to watch some videos, if you want to watch educational videos, you want to educate yourself, then watch raw videos. The videos that don't have any effects, they don't have any editing or anything like that. No flashy videos, nothing like Mr. Beast style video. No, you need to watch raw videos like this.